Welcome back. I hope you're having a great week implementing the Glencoe Math program. This video is going to focus on resources. So resources is my very last tab. I always think of the last drawer of my filing cabinet. I don't know about you guys, but it's where I dumped everything, and that's kind of the same thing here. Your resources is the place for you to find any and all things. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and pull up that chapter that I was using, and the first thing that will pop up will be your chapter overview. Notice that whenever I was on the home page here, remember this tray of icons that I had, and I could scroll over and look at the different icons. Now whenever I click on my resource tab, that same tray of icons is right here at point of use at my fingertips. So say for example I want to see exactly at a chapter level what's available for RTI. I click on that, and this will give me the 4 resources, the differentiated activities for those English learners, for those approaching level, for those on level, as well as differentiated activities for those beyond level. So a really nice key way to search is through that. I can click back on all resources, and now I have right here one of 6 pages, 12 resources per page that I could scroll through just to see what's available for my chapter overview. I've chosen what I'd like to watch for my chapter or use for my chapter overview. So now let's scroll down and go to a lesson. My icons over here remain the same, but my resources now change. So here I've got 12 different resources and 4 different pages, so up to approximately 48 resources on just this one particular lesson. Now here I might want to look at any particular, how about watch videos? We haven't done a lot of that, so let's click and see what's on the watch videos. The watch videos will consist of 2 types, different types of animations, as well as your examples that they can watch, step-by-step instructions of the examples that they found in the book. Remember, from any tab, I can use this toolbar and open the resource or assign the resource to a student. So let's scroll down and open this resource and watch it.
Pulse rate.
So, great videos that you can watch. Remember, click back to all my resources, and that takes me back to every resource available for this particular lesson. Another one that we want to explore here are our tutors. Now, these are our interactive whiteboard examples that mimic the examples that are found in the books. So the numbers have changed to protect the innocent. You may notice that one of these looks just a little different than the others, and that's this one with the blue box around it. Whenever you find a personal tutor with a blue box, that indicates that there's a little piece of formative assessment afterwards. So I'm going to play Mrs. Workman here.
Hello, Mrs. Workman. Travel. Suzanne drives 165 miles in 3 hours. What is her average speed in miles per hour?
Now keep in mind, some of the beauty about Mrs. Workman is that Mrs. Workman is timeless. Year 1, year 6, year 8, Mrs. Workman's still going to look this great. I can fast forward or rewind Mrs. Workman at any point. She's just as happy to say this the 5th time as she is the first time.
55 miles per hour. We can also write that as 55 miles per hour.
This is where it'll ask them, you can replay the video or your turn. Your turn may be in the form of a multiple choice. Sometimes it's a drag and drop. You'll see if I miss this more than once. If I missed it twice, it'll tell me to go back to the tutorials. So it allows me to check and check, and it'll say, okay, quit guessing and go back to tutorials. So it'll allow your students to make sure that they're reinforcing the skills here that their needs. So personal tutors, another real key here that you can use in your textbook. Once again, this all resources is great, so I can click back and go to any of my worksheets that maybe I want to edit, or any other tools that you see here. We've talked about the eSolutions kit as well. Now, some other key features over here is a keyword search. So maybe I want to hone in on one particular subject that my students or concept that my students are having a hard time on. So for example, I could type in the word integers. Let me click on that and type in the word integers there. And then maybe I just want to search the personal tutors for that. And so that quickly, there are all my integer personal tutors, and which allow me to customize, look through, and see exactly which ones I want to use or assign to a particular student. Now, I realize that in these personal tutors that we're looking at several different pages of them. So you may or may not have noticed somewhere in this training that some of these stars were turned on and some of them were turned off, and that indicates that I have added that to my favorites list. So, oh, that's one of my favorites. I want to add it to my favorites list. As I said, this resource tab is probably my personal favorite because it really allows you to go in and just have a plethora of resources for you to choose from on any of the key concepts that you're teaching. And of course, you can search by topic, you can search by lesson, by chapter level, however you choose to. I encourage you to go in to your Connected account, choose the resource tab. So I encourage you to go to your resource tab and go to a chapter level for me, and make sure you're on a chapter overview, and search for the RTI and the differentiated instruction. Maybe even read over or print out one of those differentiated instructions for one of the levels of learners in your class. And then secondly, if you would please use the key search feature, search one of your key topics that you would like to, and find an animation to share on the Quick Start discussion forum with your other colleagues. Thank you.